Project Management Professional Training Session 17 Part 4. Study Checkpoint 12.1. Name 3 processes that convert work performance data into work performance measurements. Answer: control scope, control schedule, and control cost. Study Checkpoint 12.2. Q1. The performance of a project is measured against which planning element? Q2. Can you name 4 baselines? Answers: A1. Performance baseline. A2. Scope baseline, schedule baseline, cost baseline, and performance baseline. Study Checkpoint 12.3. Q1. Many processes in the monitoring and controlling process group generate change requests. Name the process in this process group that is used to approve or reject the change requests. Q2. Name the processes and other sources that can generate the change requests. Answers: A1. Perform integrated change control. A2. Direct and manage project work process, monitor and control project work process, other processes in the monitor and control process group, and directly from stakeholders. Study Checkpoint 12.4. Q1. Which quality process generates quality control measurements? Q2. Which quality process uses quality control measurements? Q3. Which quality process generates quality metrics? Q4. Which quality process uses quality metrics? Answers: A1. Control quality. A2. Manage quality. A3. Plan quality. A4. Manage quality and control quality. Study Checkpoint 12.5. Match every item in the first column of the following table to the items in the second column. Data Presentation Tool A use. A. Flowcharts 1. To identify the most important area of causes of defects. B. Tally sheets 2. To find the relationship between 2 variables and find potential causes of defects. C. Scatter diagrams 3. To anticipate what quality problems might be and where they might occur. D. Histograms 4. To monitor whether the variance of a specified variable is within the acceptable limits. E. Affinity diagrams 5. To find the frequency of defects. F. Control chart 6. To explore all the potential causes of a problem, not just the obvious ones. G. Cause and effect diagrams 7. To display the relative importance of different variables, e.g., its causes. Answers: A. 3. B. 5. C. 2. D. 7. E. 1. F. 4. G. 6. Study Checkpoint 12.6. Match every item in the first column of the following table to the items in the second column. An item in first column may match with more than one item in second column, and vice versa. Item appears in A. Quality metrics. B. Quality control measurements. C. Quality report. D. Test and evaluation documents. E. Approved change requests. F. Work performance data. G. Deliverables. H. Verified deliverables. I. Work performance information. J. Change requests. 1. Input to plan quality management. 2. Input to plan quality. 3. Input to control quality. 4. Output of plan quality management. 5. Output of manage quality. 6. Output of control quality. 7. Input to monitor and control project work. 8. Output of perform integrated change control. 9. Output of direct and manage project work. 10. Monitor and control project work. Answers: A. 2, 3, 4. B. 2, 6. C. 5, 10. D. 3, 5. E. 3, 8. F. 3, 9. G. 3. H. 6. I. 6, 7. J. 5, 6. Study Checkpoint 12.7. Q1. Why might you end up updating the assumptions log and lessons learned register during the monitor risks process? Q2. The work performance information, an output item of the risk control process, is an input to which process? Q3. Which other processes generate work performance information? Answers. A1. Like any other process where you update these two items, during this process new assumptions and constraints may appear, and old assumptions and constraints may be modified and disappear altogether, giving rise to the need to update the assumptions log. The lessons learned register is updated with lessons learned so that those lessons can be applied in subsequent runs of the process. A2. Monitor and control project work. A3. Monitor and control processes in all knowledge areas except project integration management. Chapter 13. Study Checkpoint 13.1. Q1. List some of the organizational process assets that will influence the control scope process. Q2. Why do you need the lessons learned register in the input of the control scope process? Answers. A1. OPAs, policies, procedures, and guidelines related to controlling scope and changes, templates for work performance information, and knowledge database of monitoring, controlling, and reporting methods used for previous projects. A2. Lessons learned can be recorded and subsequently applied as the project progresses, and to record the lessons learned from the overall project. Study Checkpoint 13.2. Q1. The project scope statement, WBS, and WBS dictionary are used to validate scope. Why are they in Table 13.3? Q2. The verify scope process belongs to which process group? Q3. From Table 13.3, you know that the project documents requirement documentation, requirements traceability matrix, and lessons learned register are updated during the validate scope process. Using your knowledge about these documents, what do you think they are updated within this process? Q4. Which process will be performed first? Control quality or validate scope? Answers. A1. The project scope statement, WBS, and WBS dictionary are part of the scope baseline as listed in Table 13.3. A2. The verify scope process belongs to the monitoring and controlling process group. A3. Documents updated. Requirement documentation with validation status, such as validated, not validated, requirement waived, and this feature is even then required. Requirements traceability matrix with validation status and procedures or methods used in validation. Lessons learned register with lessons learned, such as mistakes made and how to avoid them, and which validation methods worked well and which did not. These lessons may be applied the next time the process is run. A4. The deliverables must be verified using the quality control process before they can be processed through the validate scope process. So, quality control is usually performed before validate scope, but they can be performed simultaneously as well. Study Checkpoint 13.3. Q1. Use your knowledge about the lessons learned register to figure out why we need it as input to the control schedule process. Q2. Knowing the control schedule process, make a list of organizational process assets that will influence this process. Answers. A1. We need the lessons learned register to record the lessons learned and subsequently apply them throughout the project lifetime. A2. Schedule control related organizational policies, procedures, and guidelines, tools, monitoring and reporting methods, and the lessons learned from historical database, such as the causes of schedule variance, the reasons for choosing the corrective actions that were taken, the effectiveness of the corrective actions. Study Checkpoint 13.4. Using your knowledge of organizational project assets and the control resources process, answer the following questions. Q1. Make a list of OPAs that would influence this process. Q2. How might the assumptions log and risk register be updated as a result of the control resources process? Answers. A1. OPAs, organizational policies and procedures related to controlling resources and resource assignment and the escalation of the issues, lessons learned repository database from previous projects. A2. Assumptions log. Updated with changed or new assumptions about physical resources, e.g., how costly, efficient, and effective they are. Risk register. Updated with disappeared risks, changed risk levels, and new risks regarding physical resource quality, price, availability, usage, etc. Study checkpoint 13.5. In our running example, calculate the ETC at the present CPI. Answer. Etc. BACF. CPI equals $600,000 $150,000. 1-2. 375,000. Note, CPI was calculated as 1.2 in our running example earlier in this chapter. Study checkpoint 13.6. Prove the validity of the following equation. EAC equals AC plus BAC EV. Answer. The definition of EAC. EAC equals AC plus etc. 1. The definition of ETC. Etc. equals BAC EV. 2. Substitute the value of ETC from equation 2 into equation 1 to obtain EAC equals AC plus BAC EV. Study checkpoint 13.7. In our running example, calculate EAC at the present CPI. Answer. EAC AC BAC EV. CPI. Equals plus dollar equals $125,000 $600,000 $150,000. 1-2, 500,000. Study checkpoint 13.8. In our running example, calculate EAC at the present CPI. Answer. EAC AC BAC EV. CPI SPI. Equals plus asterisk dollar $125,000 $600,000 $150,000. 12075, 6. 25,000. Note, SPI was calculated to be 0.75 in our running example earlier in this chapter. Study checkpoint 13.9. Name 3 processes that convert the work performance data into work performance information. Answer. Control scope, control schedule, and control cost. Chapter 14. Study checkpoint 14.1. Knowing the monitor stakeholder engagement process, answer the following. Q1. How will the stakeholder register and risk register be updated as a result of this process? Q2. How will the stakeholder engagement plan, communications management plan, and resource management plan be updated as a result of this process? Answers. A1. The stakeholder register will be updated with any change in stakeholder information, such as assessment or classification, and the risk register will be updated with changed risk status as a result of change request implementation. A2. The stakeholder engagement plan may be updated with changes in engagement strategy, and accordingly the communications management plan will be updated, e.g., with change in communication strategies, and the resource management plan will be updated with changes in team member responsibilities regarding the stakeholder engagements. Study checkpoint 14.2. In the following table, match each item in the first column to one or more items in the second column in the context of its role in communication management. Item role. A. Work performance data 1. Input to monitor and control project work. B. Work performance information 2. Output of monitor communication. C. Work performance reports 3. Output of monitor and control project work. D. Project communications 4. Output of direct and manage project work. 5. Input to monitor communication. 6. Input to manage communication. 7. Output of manage communication. Answers. A. 4, 5. B. 1, 2. C. 3, 6. D. 5, 7. Chapter 15. Study checkpoint 15.1. Q1. Name the processes used to generate A. Lessons learned register. B. Lessons learned. Q2. For what do we need data analysis during the close project process? Answer. A1A. Manage project knowledge. A1B. Manage project knowledge, close project or phase. A2. Data analysis techniques could be used to analyze the documents, prepare final report, and learn lessons. Study checkpoint 15.2. Q1. What is the first process you perform in managing a project? Q2. What do you need before you can begin initiating your project? Answers. A1. Develop project charter. A2. The input to the develop project charter process, business case, project benefit, plan, and necessary agreements.